Hey everyone, welcome on back. This week we have another build with me video, except this time it's got a little bit of a twist. So my friend Steven, aka Spring Sims, recently came out with a new shell challenge a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to do that as my build with me video, except this time instead of talking through my thought process for the build and what I'm doing with it, still we'll be talking about it, but I wanted the main focus to be on how shell challenges have helped me become a better builder over the years. Shell challenges are one of the number one things I always recommend to people when they ask how did I get better at building or what helped me get better at building. So I thought maybe today we would talk about my thought process for the build on top of why I think shell challenges are so beneficial when it comes to getting better at building. And I thought that could be kind of fun. It's kind of like a build tutorial slash build with me video, if that makes any sense. Anyway, I'm very much looking forward to this video, so let's get started. So here is the shell that we've got for today. It's a really interesting shape because you've got a bit of a flat piece here, but there's lots of little fun bump outs that I think will be fun to do. Now, initially when laying down the lot, I think this is a really good way to have our like front porch here. And I decided to put it on a 20 by 20 in Windenburg because the lighting's really good here. I love building here and I like the size of the lot. We don't really have a lot of 20 by 20 lots. Not to mention, because this lot is also on the island in Windenburg, it's really easy to do lots of different build styles. So I think I'm going to keep it as is. I want to move the house over though, so that I can really utilize this as making a side yard, because I think a side yard is going to work a lot better than making it a fully fleshed backyard. The one thing that I love about a shell challenge is that they've already done one of the harder parts for you, is give you the shell of your build, because usually when it comes to building, creating the shell of it is usually one of the hardest parts because you have to figure out the whole shape itself, and it can be a little daunting when you have a giant square and then you don't know what to do with it. But adding little bump outs on the side really helps. So this is good because they've already done that for us. So now the next hardest part is going to be figuring out how you want it to look. So I think this will be good to place like a small front porch. We might even move the build back even more if we need to really utilize giving us a little bit of a front yard space. The next hardest part is roofing the shell, because roofing in general is so hard for me when it comes to builds. So for this, here's how we're going to start off the shell. I'm going to add a flat square piece to the front. I'm thinking we'll do this for the front porch area. And then for this side of the shell, I know that I'm going to want a little bit of a side yard. So I'm thinking maybe we'll take another square piece. I think I'm going to make it about the same size, just a little bit longer, but I think this will work because it will help make this side of the shell less flat. We could even like bump it out more if we wanted to. I'm also going to move the house back a bit more because again, I really want more of the front to play with. And because we're not going to have a backyard and more of a side yard, I can really push it back as far as I want. So now that that's out of the way, the next part is going to be roofing. So the first thing I want to do when it comes to a shell challenge or a build of my own is I want to look for the biggest square piece that I can find, because that's how we're going to want to roof it first, and that's what will make it a lot easier. So if I start here, we'll bring the roof over, bring it this way. We've already roofed a majority of the build. I'm also going to lower it a little bit because I don't think it needs to be that tall. So I'm going to add a ceiling here. I'm going to build my ceiling here. I'm going to copy this one and we're going to bring this to the front and then just adjust it to the sizing of what we've got. And I can also use that for over here as well. And then I'm going to grab this piece again and I'm going to bring it over here. And then we've got our roofing done. That was pretty easy. And then this little piece back here that we need to worry about, I think I'm going to use half walls on the top to make it into like maybe a chimney of some sort. I'm also going to add a fence now just so I can play with what I want the yard to look like. So this is what I'm thinking for the side yard, is that we'll start here where the side porch ends and then we'll go to where the house meets up, and then I think that would be perfect. So usually I'll start with landscaping and like the interior walls and everything. I do want to start off with giving us a few pillars though, so I can start envisioning what I kind of want to do with the build. So I think that'll work itself out. I also know that since this is the front, I can also add in some of our fencing, and I want to use the one from Get Famous. I love this fencing. I think that's good. We've got a good start to it. So this is the size that we have. So I'm wondering how many rooms we'll be able to fit in. I'm guessing we'll probably be able to do like a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, possibly 2 bedrooms. I'm going to add some lights in so I can see what I'm doing. And then we can start figuring out maybe what we want to do. I think I could fit in 2 bedrooms. So maybe we'll start here with one of them. I think that's a good size. Usually a 4x4 is kind of how I like to do my bedrooms because I think it's like a perfect size. So we'll do that there. And then this is going to be a side yard. So I have to think about this real quick. I think I'm going to make a small bathroom here, and then we'll have a door to the backyard here. Another good thing that I like to do when it comes to building, I like to add placer furniture or windows or doors, anything like that that could help. We'll come back and replace it, but this will help kind of figure out what the layout's going to look like. Oh, I could also do medium doors. We could use this one from Get Together. I really do like this door, and maybe we go for like this tan color. I think that would be perfect. Now, the recent update that we got with these base game windows, I think would also be really perfect. I like the ones from Lovestruck. I think these could work really well for our modern windows that we want to use. Now, the bedroom here, I feel kind of bad because of where it's placed. So we're going to do 2 little windows on the side. Seems kind of odd, but I think it'll work. So now that all of that's out of the way, we have basically got to start to the build. And I think this is going to work itself out. Maybe we could get a foundation. I'm thinking just a plain foundation could be nice. Oh, what if we use stilts? Because if it's kind of like a beach vibe, it could be built on stilts. That could be fun. I kind of want to start on our landscaping. One of the things that I really enjoy using is the low-lying pale yellow flowers. I think those are really helpful. I use these a lot because they're super easy and fun. Landscaping took me a long time before I felt confident with it. It's a lot of playing around to get the vibe that you're going for. I also really like using the really big shrub here as well, but I love using bushes as a way to fill in the gaps anywhere that we need. We could also do hydrangea bushes. Those are really pretty and they also help fill up the space. I can't decide if I like the hydrangea bush. What if we did a white one? I think it helps when you've got some of the bigger shrubs to fill in and then you can come back with the flowers. I also think because it's on an island, maybe we take the little green fern and we could also place it in here. Now, I already know what some of you are thinking. If you know me, my builds, you know that I love my little green fern. It's also just a really nice filler and it's super cute. And then I like to come back with a passion kiss and I like to place this inside of the fern because I think it just looks so nice. Again, great filler. I think it's so pretty. Maybe we use the sidewalk slab. Oh, that looks nice. And then we could have this come out here and then this could be our patio space. Oh, that'll be nice. Okay, now that we've done the landscaping, we've done the roofing, we've done the layout, now I feel like I can relax because we're at the more easier part of building, which is just furnishing, adding the wallpaper, the flooring. This is all the easy stuff. I think I'm going to continue with using the sidewalk slabs up here. I think it'll be really nice if it blends in together. And then we also need to figure out what we want to do for the wallpaper for the house. I was kind of thinking maybe a fun siding or panel could be kind of cool. Maybe this paneling? We could go for a darker one, which I think would help make the windows and like the door stand out a little bit more and look a little bit nicer. So maybe we go with this for the paneling. That is actually quite fun. I don't really know the vibe that I'm going for anymore, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. So maybe we want to do like a pale blue like this one. This is what I'm kind of thinking though. I kind of like this. Okay, so the idea is to put the living room here. And I keep saying like modern and beach vibe as if that matches up with anything that I'm doing, but we can try to give it like a fun look. But I really don't know how to describe my style anymore because it keeps changing. Because it doesn't very much seem modern as much as it used to be. Maybe we want to go for the comfy groove sofa. That could be kind of nice. Maybe the green could work really well. We could also do like this cream color. If we do a cream color for here, if we do that for the couch, I'm almost wondering if maybe we want to do this a little bit darker. I think that could be nice. Get a nice rug under here. We could make it a little bit smaller and put it here. And then maybe move the couch back a bit. And then maybe we could also find the matching chairs that go with the couch and we can add a few of those as well. We could also add a light feature maybe in the corner of some sort. This will be nice. We could put it at like a bit of an angle so it slides in a bit better. It is a bit smaller of a house, so I'm wondering if maybe not having an actual bookshelf would be nice. Maybe we'll just have some books instead on the table below the TV. It feels like a coffee table should go in here, but my problem is, are we going to have enough room for the coffee table? We could do a small one if we wanted to. Maybe this one? It would kind of blend in with what we're going for. We could also do one a little bit smaller and place it here, but I do like that. I think that looks quite nice. Maybe we add a pop of color here. For our kitchen, I'm kind of thinking we want to do maybe these for our cabinets, and we could do a nice yellow. Oh yeah, that looks quite nice. And then we'll still have room to put our stove. I think I'm gonna switch out the fridge and the stove for the one from Home Chef Hustle. I just think it looks a lot nicer. And then maybe we could also get some upper cabinets. Oh, this does come in yellow. I wonder if we want to mix it with white. I don't know if I want the all yellow ones or not, but what if we did this instead? Or what if we mix and matched it? I've got an idea. I don't know if it's gonna look good, so let me do this first. What if every other one was yellow and it was something like this? Now, do we do that to the bottom as well? No, I think we keep all yellow down here, but the cabinets are kind of fun. I've never done something like this before, but maybe the people that live here want to do something kind of fun like that. And then we also need to add in a small island. And I like the idea of a smaller confined area. I just think this is so fun. It's different from what I usually build, and I kind of like that. I think another thing when it comes to furnishing houses is, again, it's a lot like doing the landscaping outside. It's a lot of playing around until you feel comfortable and like what you see. So it's a lot of trying maybe an island instead of a dining table, or maybe the dining table will work well. Sometimes it's also fun to play with color. I usually do a lot of neutral tones, but sometimes it is really fun to play with color, and I like how this looks. Hey everyone, Future Dab here. So as I was editing the video, the last clip that I had, the last 23 minutes of footage I needed to edit was muted. So here I am redoing a part of the shelf so that I can finish my video. Now you might be asking why I'm not just doing a voiceover and a speed build for the rest of it. I tried to do that, and for some reason my video editing software did not portion the video size well, so I couldn't layer it over the other video that was already there. So I might need to find a new editing software, preferably one that is free and is a little bit better than this one. I currently am using Movavi, which I usually have no issues with, but for some reason I'm having a lot of issues with getting the portion size right. So needless to say, we are back and we are going to finish the shell challenge so I can finish the video and upload it for you guys, because I was not gonna waste such a good video. So my goal for this bedroom is to kind of keep the same color scheme that we have with the bed, so really use those fun pastel colors, and I think this rug would tie in really perfectly with it. And then there's already a chair that I'm thinking of from high school years that I think would be really nice to put in this corner, and I love this chair and I use it anytime I can in any of my teen bedrooms because I think it ties in so well and it's just so fun. And then I want to get a nice dresser in here. I'm kind of tempted to say maybe this one, and we could put this over in the corner, and then it leaves room for us to do something kind of fun with the mirror. So maybe this rose gold color, and we can do the standing mirror, which I think looks really nice. And then I also would love to add a plant in here of some sort. I'm thinking maybe we could have like the hanging plant would be really nice. I think it would add such a nice element to the room. And I'm thinking maybe we put it over in this corner so it kind of fills up this like weird empty space that we kind of have at the end of the bed. And then I think what I want to do is add some pictures above the bed because it could definitely use some artwork. So maybe some of these would be really nice. I'm thinking about adding a couple, and then we just change the coloring a little bit. And then I think the last thing I want to add is maybe this little alarm clock. I think this could be really fun, and we've got so many really fun pastel colors. I think I'm going to use yellow. Then for the parents' room, I know exactly what bed I want to use, and it's this one from Businesses and Hobbies. I'm really in love with this bed. I use it quite constantly, pretty much all the time, but it's hard not to love. It's probably one of the nicest ones that we have, and I enjoy it a lot. I think I'm also going to add this in as well and maybe adjust the lighting just a smidge. Better Build By, I stand by as one of the best mods that you can have for your game. And then maybe this plant size down would also be cute on this side. This bedroom is a lot easier than teen rooms because I really personalize my teen rooms a lot more and my kid rooms, but usually for like the main bedroom, I kind of keep it not plain, but I don't do a lot of clutter because I kind of envision kids being more of clutterers in the family. I don't know if that's a real word, and I don't think that that made sense, but I do like it, and that's kind of what I envision it as. And this I think is what I love for the room. And then I'm thinking for over here, I already kind of have an idea that I really want to use the shower tub combo. Growing Together added probably one of my favorite pieces to put in a bathroom, and it's that shower tub combo. It is so pretty. It's a lot better than the one that we have in base game. I just enjoy it a lot more. And then I think I'm going to keep using Growing Together when it comes to the bath bathroom because I really just like all the stuff that they've added. And then the last thing I need to do is just finish with the outside. I already know that I really want a grill here. And then the only thing that I can think of else that I need is I want to put an in-ground hot tub here. And then I also want to put out tables and chairs. Because we don't have any indoor seating except at the island, I thought maybe it would be a really good idea to add an outdoor seating. I could have added a dining table inside, but I thought it'd be a lot nicer to have the island because it just kind of fit the vibe better. We can use this really nice table and chairs with the umbrella, this one from Perfect Patio that I love a lot. Oh, I think that looks lovely. And then we'll put that there. And then I think that is our build. I really do like how it ended up turning out. And I gotta say, kind of coming back in and redoing a little bit of this bedroom was nice because I didn't like the color scheme too much before. But I think everything ties in really well. And I love the overview of this. The fact that we were able to fit in 2 bedrooms says a lot because I really didn't think we were going to be able to fit in 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. But I think because we sacrificed a little bit of the living room kitchen space, I think it really helped being able to also have the island instead of a full dining table. So having that outdoor seating is so helpful. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you guys also loved future dab. I hope I never have to do that for another build ever again, but odds are I will probably have to. And I hope that you guys liked this special edition of the Build With Me video, where instead of just giving you guys a rundown of my thought process for the build that I'm doing, I also tried to include tips on why I think shell challenges are so beneficial to helping you become a better builder in The Sims 4 because they helped me immensely. And I really do think it is one of the top things that has helped me become a better builder. Obviously, there are other things other than shell challenges that you can do, which is watching other people build, looking at Pinterest or Google for floor plan ideas. There's a ton of different things that you can do, but I really do think doing a shell challenge is fun because it's a build challenge and it really makes you work on elements of a build that you would have never thought of before and really make you dive in deep to do something creative or fun. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed the build. I will leave all my information down below. I am live 5 days a week over on Twitch, so if you want to catch more from me, that is where you can mostly find me and mostly find my content is over there. So I will leave all that information down below as well as my gallery ID if you guys would like to download the build that you saw today. But thank you guys so much for watching. I had a lot of fun with today's video and I will see you guys next time with another one. Bye everyone.